Time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news here on KALH, weather always comes first. There's a slight risk of severe thunderstorms over the Central Plains and mid-Mississippi Valley with threats of damaging winds, hail up to 2 inches, lightning, and an isolated tornado risk. Slight chance of excessive rainfall over Southern California and southwestern Arizona, with heavy rain likely causing localized flash flooding in urban areas, roads, and low-lying spots. Showers and storms will track from the upper mid-Mississippi Valley into the Great Lakes, Northeast, and Mid-Atlantic by tomorrow. Additional activity continues in Florida with lingering tropical moisture. Extreme heat warnings and heat advisories remain in effect for the interior Northwest, where highs will climb into the 90s and maybe the triple digits. Closer to home, an amplified ridge will keep most of the region dry and warm, with isolated afternoon showers possible in Catron, Lincoln, and northern Grant, as well as Otero counties. Late tomorrow through Saturday, remnants of Tropical Storm Lorena may bring moisture, although models seem to disagree on timing and rainfall amounts. Highs will cool into the low to mid-80s with increased cloud cover. Jumping forward to next week, the ridge is going to rebuild, bringing drier weather and warming temperatures back into the 90s. We'll have another look at the weather following this news.
This is Range Control. Nation for Wednesday, September 3rd. Roadblocks are subject to change without notice. Highway 70, Highway 380, Owen Road, Nike Avenue, and Ware Highway are scheduled to remain open all day.
Alamogordo police clarified the evacuation of last Friday's varsity Tiger football game. At around 9:20, officers handled several disturbances, arresting a 14-year-old girl and referring a 15-year-old girl to JPPO for related charges. Potential threats tied to the incidents are under investigation. Out of caution, Alamogordo Public Schools cleared the stadium. Police thank the community for its cooperation and reaffirm their commitment to student and public safety. The Bureau of Land Management began prescribed burns yesterday at the Fort Stanton Snowy River Cave National Conservation Area in Lincoln County. Operations, which depend on weather, may last through the end of the month. Smoke could be visible from nearby towns, but is not expected to affect area highways. Signs will be posted and drivers are urged to slow down and watch for fire crews and equipment. North Scenic Drive will be closed today from East 10th to Ridgecrest Drive from 7 a.m. until 6 p.m. for a water line replacement. Water service will not be affected. Traffic will be detoured to nearby streets, and drivers are urged to follow posted signs. Use caution around crews. Otero County LULAC Council 8105 attended the state convention in Hispaniola, represented by Joanne Vulo, Linda Gonzalez, and Stephanie Du Bois. The council was selected to host the 2026 state convention and is also working to launch a young adults council in Las Cruces. Stephanie Du Bois was elected Deputy Director of Elderly Programs, the first time an Otero County member has served on the state board. National President Roman Palomares, Senator Ben Ray Lujan, and Lieutenant Governor Howie Morales all attended the convention. Council 8105 continues its local outreach, including food assistance, homelessness support, and voter registration drives in Mescalero, Tularosa, and Alamogordo. Well, today is Wednesday. It's time to check in with Olivia and see what's going on this weekend at the La Luz Ag Market.
Hey friends, it's Olivia with the La Luz Agricultural Market, here to share what's happening this Saturday, September 6th. We've got something extra special for you. Bluebell Rescue will be here with the sweetest fur babies looking for their forever home. So if you've been thinking about adding a new member to the family, this is the perfect time. And get this, they're also offering free nail trimmings for your pet. Yep, you heard that right. Free. And of course, it wouldn't be a market without amazing food. Rolling Up will be serving up Mediterranean and American favorites like gyros, kebabs, sandwiches, and hot dogs. Then head over to Sugar Bear's truck to cool off with fresh lemonade or treat yourself to some tasty ice cream. It's all happening this Saturday at the La Luz Agricultural Market. Come for the fun, fill up on amazing food, and maybe even meet your new best friend. Mark your calendars. Bluebell Rescue will be set up bright and early at 9 a.m. for the early birds. So bring the whole family and see for yourself why the La Luz Agricultural Market is more than just a market. It's a community. You'll find us at 7298 Highway 5470, right between McGinn's and Heart of the Desert Pistachio Farms. And don't forget to follow the La Luz Agricultural Market on Facebook for the latest updates and to see everything else the market has to offer. If you have any questions or need more information, you can also call me, Olivia, at 575-442-1193.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Hi, it's me, here to tell you about AlamogordoTownNews.org. This is Otero County's #1 source for local news, sports, and community. Quite frankly, AlamogordoTownNews.org is the big LES news service online. AlamogordoTownNews.org is a Second Life Media affiliated company.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
If you build a relationship, then it becomes easier. If you build trust, it becomes easier. As a parent, you want what's best for your child. To give them the love that a child needs is probably the best thing you can do for a teenager.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
A Roswell man, Willie Fuentes, was arrested and charged with voluntary manslaughter after a deadly shooting which happened on Sunday night. Police say Fuentes shot Roman Chavez following an argument that escalated when Chavez damaged Fuentes' bicycle. Both men exchanged gunfire, and Chavez was fatally struck. Fuentes was unharmed, stayed on the scene, and was taken into custody. Police in Artesia are investigating a shooting at the ABO apartments. When that happened yesterday morning, left one person injured and hospitalized. The victim's condition is unknown, and no arrests have yet been announced. A Roswell deputy is safely back home after surviving a barrage of gunfire from an armed suspect who opened fire in a neighborhood last Thursday. Authorities say Dakota Perkins sprayed hundreds of rounds, striking homes, cars, a Roswell police officer, and Deputy Lorenzo Salas, who miraculously suffered only a grazing wound. Despite the chaos, law enforcement's quick response and training prevented a tragedy. Chaves County Undersheriff Charles Eastlis praised the bravery of officers, noting that Salas, who has a newborn at home, was able to walk out of the hospital just days later. Police also helped escort him back into town with multiple agencies showing support. Eastlis emphasized that the suspect's reckless actions created an active shooter situation that endangered the entire community. Yet, officers put them in harm's way to protect innocent lives, including a woman and 2 children inside the suspect's home who were able to escape unharmed. The case is now in the hands of federal investigators, where prosecutors are expected to pursue the toughest penalties possible. Eastlis told KOB this about Salas.
This young deputy almost lost his life in protecting the public.
Eastlis thanks God, and the community is grateful that strong policing prevented even greater loss. A judge has ordered Raynor Joyner held without bond until trial for the killing and dismemberment of his former Army roommate, Matthew McLaughlin, in Taos County. Joyner and David DeGroat are accused of shooting McLaughlin and leaving his remains in bags along Highway 64. DeGroat's detention hearing is set for September 15th. Dash cam footage shows the aftermath of a wrong-way DWI crash in Santa Fe, which happened on Friday night. 32-year-old Starlin Staley admitted to drinking before causing a crash that seriously injured a 53-year-old woman, breaking both of her legs. Police dash cam video shows Staley admitting to drinking before getting behind the wheel.
You have to drink.
Vodka.
When officers asked her how much she had to drink,
Enough to do a field sobriety test.
Okay, enough to do a field sobriety test? Okay, with that being said, can you take a step out for me?
Staley, who struggled to stand during the stop, was hospitalized for observation and faces multiple charges, including causing great bodily harm by vehicle. McKinley County District Attorney Bernadine Martin has 30 days to respond to a removal petition filed by Attorney General Raul Torres, citing mismanagement, mistreatment of staff, and employee retention issues. The state Supreme Court will determine her fate. A sinkhole opened yesterday afternoon in downtown Albuquerque, swallowing part of a vehicle but leaving the driver unharmed. Crews say a damaged water line and storm drain were found beneath the road, though the exact cause of the collapse is still under investigation. Repairs are underway, and the intersection is expected to remain closed for the next several days. Nearby businesses, including the First Plaza Galleria, may experience temporary water outages during the work. New Mexico's public health veterinarian, Dr. Aaron Phipps, warns about screwworms, which are flies whose larvae feed on living flesh. Dr. Aaron Phipps spoke with KRWG.
So screwworm is the larvae of a fly that actually used to be present in the United States up until the 1960s. What makes this different from other fly larvae or maggots is that this one feeds not on dead flesh, but on living flesh. So part of the many flies' natural life cycle is that they lay eggs in typically dead animals or dead flesh. And that's the maggots that you might see on some roadkill, for example. This fly, the larvae only eat living flesh. So they lay their eggs not on a dead animal, but on a wound of a living animal. And this wound can be as small as a tick bite. So it does not take a large gaping wound to attract these flies. The fly, as part of their life cycle, lays eggs in open wounds. Those eggs hatch within a day or so and develop into larvae, which will actually burrow down into the flesh. And so they can cause a small wound to become much larger, very painful, and not able to heal. This is most common in livestock, but it can affect any warm-blooded animal, including humans, including dogs, cats, birds, any sort of wildlife, any warm-blooded animal.
New Mexico officials are preparing by coordinating livestock surveillance, training labs to identify larvae, and sharing information with physicians. While no recent cases have occurred in the state, health experts remain on alert. Screwworm infection is treatable. New Mexico residents may face delays getting a new COVID vaccine due to state regulations requiring CDC committee approval before pharmacists are allowed to administer it. While the Department of Health issued an order to ease access, pharmacies like CVS and Walgreens are still waiting for an official CDC recommendation. Dr. Chad Smelzer is a medical epidemiologist with the New Mexico Department of Health, and he spoke with KOB.
There has been some delays and difficulties in making appointments and getting the vaccine approved.
The vaccine is expected in full supply later this month and is FDA approved for those 65 and older and people with certain health conditions, which include diabetes, heart disease, cancer, and chronic lung or liver diseases. Spaceport America, near Truth or Consequences, is going to host a free public open house on Sunday, September 21st from 9 until 2. Registration is required, and attendees are encouraged to carpool. Heads up, the only cell phone service that works in that area is Verizon. Also be advised of on-site restrictions, which include no outside food or drinks, pets, weapons, alcohol, narcotics, or other prohibited items. Sports and weather are coming up next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 3 matches for New Mexico volleyball today, but nothing local, and no football until tomorrow. Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies, mostly cloudy tonight, partly sunny tomorrow. Your high today in the basin, 89, low tonight of 68, high tomorrow, 90 degrees. In Cloudcroft, mostly sunny skies today with a 20% chance of showers and storms. New rainfall amounts less than 1/10 of an inch expected. Mostly cloudy tonight, partly sunny tomorrow. High today for Cloudcroft, 68, low tonight of 50, high tomorrow, 69 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and you can learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. And that concludes this Wednesday edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.